I'm standing.
Hi everyone, I'm just in bed, recovering from egg collection. It is a couple of days after egg collection, so it's Friday the 2nd of June today. Egg collection was on Wednesday. I've pretty much been in bed since we got home on Wednesday afternoon, recovering. We got home at about 3 p.m. About an hour or so after we'd arrived home, I started feeling a little bit car sick, or that kind of feeling, and so thought maybe it was because I was hungry, so just kept eating, and that seemed to put that sick feeling at ease, and I was just so tired. I ended up going to bed at about 5 and then not waking up until about 9 that night. Tim made a beautiful soup. He's actually making another one now. The house smells amazing right now. But yeah, I've been in bed pretty much since. I have my hot water bottle here. Tim's been keeping it hot for me and looking after me. I've been keeping up with my pain medication. I haven't actually taken any today. Yeah, the hot water bottle's been definitely helping. Yesterday, the day after egg collection, I got a call from one of the nurses to give us our fertilisation report. When I saw my phone ringing, I called Tim and he came into the bedroom. I answered the call. She said out of the 20 eggs that were collected, 15 of them were mature, which is great. And of those 15 mature eggs, 4 fertilised with ICSI. At first I thought I'd misheard her. I thought she said 14 fertilised, but no, 4. So I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. 15 mature eggs and only 4 fertilised. And with ICSI, it didn't make any sense to me. I've done everything in my power the last few months to improve egg quality and take, antioxidants for the eggs, and it's never even been confirmed that I have an egg quality issue. My AMH level is normal range. I'm young. Nothing is indicating I have an egg quality issue, apart from the fact that we haven't had many embryos make it to a 5-day blastocyst through IVF. Having this kind of fertilisation report makes you wonder why. The nurse said there's no comments on the paperwork. She said usually if the embryologist suspects it's egg or sperm, they make a note of it, and she said because there's no note, it's likely they don't know the reason why, and sometimes there isn't a reason why. It just is what it is. She said, yeah, but you only need one embryo, and I just thought to myself, yes, that's true, but this is our 3rd IVF cycle. Our last 2 IVF cycles, we got low numbers of mature eggs. This cycle was meant to be different. Our approach was different. We were hoping for more mature eggs, which would give us more embryos, which would give us more chance of success. I said to the nurse, I've had 6 miscarriages. This is our 3rd IVF cycle. We haven't had an issue with poor fertilisation report using ICSI before. Could you please have a chat with the embryologist? And she said, certainly, I'll get back to you this afternoon. I'll see if they can give me any more information. I just felt so confused and completely crushed. I hung up the phone, burst into tears. Tim, was trying to be positive and reminded me that it's not over yet. We've still got 4 embryos. Of course, 4 embryos is better than no embryos, so we're very grateful to have had 4 fertilised. It's better than none. And we're just going to try and stay hopeful for those 4, but having such a poor fertilization report does make me second guess the quality of those 4 embryos. But you never know. It just made me think about our previous cycles, and what I thought was going to be our best IVF cycle yet could very well be our worst. Our first IVF cycle, we had 9 mature eggs and only 2 fertilized. That was naturally, though. We didn't use ICSI with that, and that was an unexpected outcome because Tim's sperm analysis has come back fine and normal. So the second IVF cycle we used ICSI, and out of 8 mature eggs, 6 fertilized, which is fantastic. But to have only 4 out of 15... Yesterday I spent a lot of the day feeling defeated, angry, frustrated. After everything we've been through and after everything you do go through when you do IVF, getting bad news after bad news just becomes exhausting, and I just felt like we cannot catch a break. Just so sick of bad news. I was so hopeful that we'd have many embryos to start off with to increase our chances of having as many embryos make it to day 5, and to start off with only 4, I'm terrified that none of them will make it. I'm not able to do a fresh transfer because of my high estrogen levels, so if none of them make it to freeze, we won't even be able to do a fresh transfer to even try. This will all have been for nothing, and that is painful to think about, but it's not over yet, and I need to keep reminding myself of that and just pray that at least one of these 4 embryos is normal and strong. I just can't believe this is our reality. I was hoping this IVF cycle would be totally different, and I don't know what to say. We seem to have no trouble conceiving on our own and having pregnancies last longer than the IVF pregnancies. But prior to this IVF cycle, we tried for 6 months naturally and nothing happened, so I have got a fear that my right tube has blocked up again. I don't know though. I feel like I'm always in the minority. The chances of getting an infection after a D&C is very low. It happened to me and it damaged my tubes and affected our ability to start our family easily. Recurrent pregnancy loss, I've had more than 3 miscarriages in a row. I've had 6 miscarriages, and that's classified as recurrent miscarriage, which affects 1% of couples. Our last embryo transfer was cancelled because our embryo didn't survive the thawing process. Apparently that's a 5% chance of that happening. I'm grateful to be feeling well, and doesn't look like I'm going to get bad OHSS. I don't even know if this is OHSS. I just feel quite a bit bloated and very sore, but I don't feel ill. So I've been lucky in that respect. I just hope at least one of them makes it to freeze, but of course I'm terrified that when we do go to do the transfer it doesn't survive the thawing process, because that's happened to us before. But you can worry and worry and worry, it won't change the outcome. I'm just going to try and trust, stay hopeful, and I hope this wasn't all for nothing, because That's a scary thought. I cried a lot yesterday. Today I'm feeling more numb. Every time I start to feel sad or disappointed, I remind myself that there are still 4. The nurse said that I wouldn't be able to get an embryo update until Monday or Tuesday. And I asked if I could get a day 3 update. She said they don't usually do that, but I'm welcome to call on Saturday, which was day 3, and get an update, because that'll obviously, we'll have more of an idea of how they're going on day 3. Yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't really know what else to say. The nurse did call me back yesterday afternoon after she spoke to the embryologist, and she said that the eggs looked great, the sperm looked great, everything looked great, and they don't know why so many of them didn't fertilise. No explanation, which is hard, and it does not seem right to me, but they said that happens sometimes, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sorry it's not more of a positive update, and please excuse me for being flat. It's just been a hard 24 hours after everything you go through, and having such a positive cycle leading up to yesterday. Yesterday I just felt like I knew it was too good to be true. It was all going too well. And it's sad to think like that, because I hope someday it does go right for us, but our journey has not been easy. So many people's journeys haven't been easy, but it just gets exhausting, and it's hard to stay hopeful sometimes. I'll be sure to speak to you guys soon. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.
Hey, at least I'm breathing. I know it took a while. Been looking for a sweet song, a sign of spring, waiting for a reason to laugh, to sing. 'Cause I've been spending all my time to figure